Hey y'all, and welcome back to Seahawk Central Sports. Today we've got a fun episode for you with golf and soccer recaps, and we get an interview with Grace Melnick and Belle Schall from the UNCW Volleyball team. But first, let's head over to Chase with some golf.
Thanks, Davis. This past weekend, our UNCW women's golf team competed in the Furman Lady Paladin Invitational at the Furman University Golf Course on Sunday afternoon. Our Seahawks placed 10th overall among the 16-team competition as the host Paladins in Augusta were bestowed co-champions at the conclusion of the three-day tournament. Two of our own Seahawks, Mallory Phobes and Victoria Levy, finished among the top 30 individual scorers of the tournament. Way to go, Seahawks. The UNCW women's golf team will resume action at the Illini Women's Invitational located at the historic Medina Country Club on the weekend of October 8th and 9th. Now, let's head over to Grayson Taylor with coverage on our soccer teams.
Thanks, Chase. Last week, the UNCW women's soccer team beat the College of Charleston Cougars 1-0 as Kayla Burrows scored the winning goal with just 2 minutes left of the game. This past Sunday, the women's team fought hard against Hofstra, but unfortunately couldn't pull out a win with a final score of 2-1. This coming Sunday, October 1st, our team travels to Campbell to take on the Camels.
Thanks, Tay. So this past weekend, the UNCW men's soccer team had a great game against Campbell University. Crushing Campbell, UNCW won 4-0, scoring 2 goals in the first half and 2 goals in the second half. This win moved the Seahawks to 5-2-2 overall. A big congrats to goalkeeper Jacob Randolph, earning his 4th shutout in the last 6 games with 4 saves. We wish the Seahawks safe travels and good luck as they head to Long Island this upcoming weekend to play Stony Brook September 30th at 1 o'clock. Let's head over to Trey to hear from 2 of our women's volleyball players.
Hello, Seahawks. So today we have senior volleyball player Belle and junior Grace with us today. So what made you come to UNCW to play volleyball?
So I was a junior in high school when I came on my visit to UNCW, and funny story, I did not want to come here at all. We went on a road trip to tour colleges, and I'd found one I liked, and I told my mom, like, I don't need to go to UNCW, like, I'm good with the tour, I know where I'm going. She was like, no, you're going. So I get on my tour, and I'm like, oh, I do love this place. And on the tour, I loved the campus. I got to eat lunch with a few girls, and I just loved the culture of the team. I think our culture that we've carried through is really special, and you can't find that a lot of places. So when I just felt at home, I knew it was the place I needed to be.
So you, Grace?
For me, it's a little different. It was COVID when my recruiting process was happening, so I wasn't able to visit any of the schools or anything. I just kind of stumbled upon UNCW by chance, and my mom was like the one that was telling me to check it out. And it's funny, it sounds really small, but it was just really like a gut feeling for me because I wasn't able to see the campus. I didn't get to meet anyone, but I don't know. I just knew that like something was telling me that this was the place to go.
That's a good story. So we're going to move on to question 2. What is your pre-game ritual?
I would say we have more of like a team pregame ritual. We all usually get into the locker room a few hours before the game, a lot of times like 10:30, 11, and we have pregame meal. Before all of that, I just like waking up a few hours early and reading my Bible, doing all of that, just getting ready for the day. And then as a team, we usually get our hair braided by the team braider.
Yeah.
Lots of dance party right before we go out.
Yeah.
And then usually we pray with the coaches and head on out for warm up.
You got anything to add over there, Grace?
Yeah, I mean, I love the pre-game dance parties. That's a great team ritual. For me, I like Belle, I like to wake up early so that I'm feeling very energized and get a good meal in before. But something that I always have to have is I always have to have a braid in my hair, and that's kind of like a ritual for me. Yeah, that's me.
All right, so how long have you been playing volleyball?
I have personally been around volleyball since the womb. Both my parents played, and I was born into a volleyball family. And so I was in the gym probably at 2 months. And then competitively playing volleyball, I started at 11 years old, and I've been playing ever since.
Yeah. Like Belle, I also grew up in a volleyball family, so I was around the gym a lot. But I wasn't allowed to play competitively until my 8th grade year. So that was like my first club year, and when I started to finally like take it serious.
Oh, that's exciting. So what position do you play?
I'm a setter. I began as a libero setter and outside, and then I moved to libero, moved to outside, back to libero, and found my way to setting.
Mm-hmm. And I've been a middle blocker my whole life. Bounced a little between right side, but I was a middle blocker.
So how would you handle mistakes if you make an error on the volleyball court?
On the court, I would say our team is very supportive, but we're very good at holding each other accountable. And a lot of people say like teams are like a family, and I would say ours is definitely like a family. And I think we've also realized that families have problems, and in order to hold each other accountable, like we're gonna get through tough parts. So if any of us make a mistake, it's more we just bring it into the huddle, help each other out, support each other, and then let it go, move on to the next play.
Same answer?
Yeah, same answer.
All right, so we're going to move on. So have you set any UNCW volleyball records or achievements?
You got it.
This past weekend, I set the record for total blocks in a match with 13. And I was just nominated for TAA Defensive Player of the Week.
Wow. So are you glad to be nominated?
Yeah, I was really shocked. I was just out with my mom on a walk, and I saw the post on Instagram, and I was really happy, and I don't know, it's just a fun little achievement.
What do you think sets volleyball apart from other sports?
I'm biased, but I would say the environment. I think in order to understand the game and like our passion for the game, you have to be in the environment. It's really cool. It's a team sport. We have fans that are really involved. There's always like music, a DJ. So I'd say the environment sets it apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And you walk onto a team and it's like you immediately got like 12 to 20 best friends. So it's a really fun sport for sure.
All right. And why do you think you became a volleyball player?
Again, like I said, I was kind of born into this sport. I was actually a competitive jump roper for a while, and I loved jump roping. And so when it came time that my mom couldn't take me to 2 sports, I had to choose, and I just always have felt at home on the volleyball court, probably because I was born into it, but that's how I became a volleyball player.
Yeah, and I bounced a lot between a lot of different sports growing up, but I just fell in love with it, and my mom never rushed me into like forcing me to play it or anything, so that kind of helped me find a passion for it by myself.
All right, well, that's the end of the interview. Thank you for having us, or coming, and over to Sarah with hockey.
Thanks, Trey. This weekend, UNCW hockey traveled up north looking to add more wins to their 3-1-0 record. The Seahawks came out hot against St. John Fisher Friday, the score 5-0 after the first. They didn't let up and have finished the game with a huge 15-2 win. On Saturday, the RIT Tigers forced a comeback after being down 1-0 at the end of the second. The game went 3-2 to the Tigers, but the weekend wasn't over yet. Sunday, the boys flipped the story, and with a late third period goal by DeAndre, pulled out a 3-2 win. The team is back home this weekend, playing Virginia Tech Friday night at 10 and Saturday at 4. Now back to Davis.
Thanks, Sarah. And thanks again to Grace and Belle for joining us today. As always, we've got plenty of games this weekend, so be sure to get out and support our Seahawks and join us again next week. We'll see you then.